Hello and welcome to another video tutorial on understanding body language, liars, cheats and happy feet. Okay, so before I start this video, I'm on 998 likes, so I'm almost at 1,000. So I think my work there is done. So anyway, so today's body language analysis is on Charles and Diana from a few years ago now. Now this was obviously done, I think it was a week before they got married. So what I'm going to do now is run through the interview and let's have a look at some body language and some non-verbals, and let's have a look at what they're not telling us. So let's start the video.
You've obviously had a staggering amount of mail.
Okay, rightio. So I'm not quite sure if this video has been edited or not, but this is the starting position that we've got on this video here. So what have we got? We have got Prince Charles sat in a very open position here. He's making a crotch display by having his legs out wide. He's making some kind of pacifying gesture here by him fiddling with his fingers. So that could be any one of any different emotions. It could be anxiety, it could be stress, it could be boredom. Prince Diana, well, she's not Lady Diana here, she wasn't quite princess just yet. She is making an arm barrier here by the elbow in. She's also got her legs crossed in the opposite direction to Prince Charles, and her seated position is actually slumped in towards Prince Charles here. So that's the original baseline that we've got at the start of the video. So let's keep going.
I'm sure you've been able to look at some of it yourselves. Is there anything that's particularly touched you?
Well, for me, all the things that come from children who've obviously spent hours.
So we've got again here the pacifying gesture that Prince Charles is making here by rubbing his little finger there. So we need to understand why he's doing that. Again, like we've said before, we don't know which stage of the interview this was in. This could have been the start, the middle, or somewhere towards the end. So whenever you're watching interviews and you see things like that, don't automatically jump to conclusions about seeing things like this, because we don't know about this person's baseline. We don't get a full understanding of someone's movements and timings in 4 minutes of interviews, when the actual interview itself was like an hour and a half. So just 4 minutes is not enough to establish baselines. But again, what we've got to go on here is Charles's movements here.
And paintings, pictures, cards, anything like that, and things they've baked at home.
Baked?
Oh yes.
Have you had cakes?
Yes.
Okay, so we're just going through the motions here. There's nothing really much to spot here from Diana. So let's just keep going.
Have you had cakes?
Yes. There's so many Smarties you can hardly see them what it is. And it's lovely. Really nice.
You had a very special collage.
Okay, right, so the real interesting body language when Charles comes in shortly.
I painted it last Friday when I went to the end-of-term party, which I ended up being battered and bruised, and there were so many children crawling on top of me. But they presented me with that and a glass.
Okay, so Diana was always very, very well spoken throughout the interviews. I've seen numerous ones. She's very well spoken, also deeply intelligent as well. But what we need to see is them together. So Charles, again, all he's moving in his head, he's not rotating his chair around, so they're almost like sat in the interview position. He's still making that gesture with his fingers and his hands there, and he's not altered his body language or his positioning since Diana's been speaking.
Really nice.
That's super. What does it actually show on the collage?
Well, it's the firework display that's going to happen on Tuesday. The one I'm not going to.
Why is that?
Because I'm going to be tucked out in bed, I think, early night.
But my not allowed to see me anywhere the night before.
Well, no.
We might
Even by the light of an exploding firework.
My tradition.
So again, so we've got some both being light-hearted and jocular, but again, the body language here is very stiff and very wooden. It's crazy to see, because we generally see with couples who are going to get married, they're bouncing up and down. We're seeing happy feet. We're seeing a lot of use of tactilics and touching, a lot of eye contact, things like that. But we don't see any here. I mean, Prince Charles is yet to move from his original position.
Well, no.
Even by the light of an exploding firework.
My tradition.
So again, it just looks very awkward at the moment for these two.
Bring an awful lot of happy memories for you, isn't it? Of the days there.
It is. Because they were wonderful to me, the staff especially, putting up with the media for such a long time.
How did you actually come to be at the kindergarten in the first place?
Well, it was through friends. I wanted to teach children, and they said, why not come along?
So again,
I
Diana's
first
just going through the
started
motions
off
here.
doing
Nothing much to overly analyse with Diana here. We're not seeing anything
I only
untoward.
worked 3 days a week at kindergarten, and the other 2 I looked after American baby boy, which nobody seems to realise. It was very special to me.
With all these heavy responsibilities of these public duties,
So that's the body language of the interviewers here. Okay, nice and relaxed. Okay, head back in there as well, and back into the shoulders. Again, we've got a good positioning of the knee there, of the knee in towards the interviewer, which is good. That's the exact opposite of the Oprah Winfrey one I did with Michael Jackson a few weeks ago, where Oprah, when she's asked a key question to Michael, she's right upright and almost bent over. These two, it's obviously it's taken in the 80s, this, but these is good. That's a good relaxed interview position, so I'm happy with that.
You're going to have time for the private life, for making a home and running a home, sort of thing that young married couples do.
Now this bit's a nightmare. Body language sense. Okay, right. What happens there is the interviewer asks the question, and let's just watch the non-verbals.
Running a home, sort of thing that young married couples do.
So, I'm going to pause it there before Charles has time to speak. They both make eye contact here, look. I paused it at that position in there. Now, I feel really sorry for Diana here, because Charles is making an open crotch display here. Watch out for the hand movements he's going to make. He's going to take on the role of the superior adult in the transactional analysis sense. Princess Diana here is using what's called a turtle effect, where she's lifting up the shoulders and dropping the head down. It's a classic manipulator when we feel stressed or uncomfortable about the position we're in at the moment. And poor Diana at this bit here feels really uncomfortable. So watch what happens here. Now, during an interview, if you really love each other, you should never direct or deflect a question to somebody else to make them feel beneath you. And that's unfortunately what Charles does right here. He blocks the question and then pushes it onto Diana. Watch what happens.
Sort of thing that young married couples do.
What we also see there is a flash of contempt from Prince Charles. I don't know if you can see that one there. Asymmetrical movement of the cheek, going straight upwards. So we've got a slight touch of contempt there. So that is exactly why Prince Charles shifts the question onto Diana.
Young married couples do.
There we go, contempt. And you're the one, so the head flick there. Okay, so we all know what that means. And then what happens here is when we deflect something, we want to feel good about ourselves. Note the hand position that Prince Charles makes. He almost makes the steepling gesture. There you go. Look how quickly those hands interlock to feel superior. And again, mix that with the crotch display with the legs open. He's making himself vulnerable for attack, but he doesn't feel he's going to be attacked, and that's why he can assume that position.
Oh yes, very much so. Looking forward to being a good wife.
Are you a good cook, by the way?
I have done cooking course, yes. I don't think I'm average.
And we can see that look at Prince Charles' reaction here, you see. So again, he's not moving from his original position at the start of the interview, which is a great shame, because obviously he wants to be seen to be supporting his fiancée and his new wife to be, but there's no support there.
Yes. I don't think I'm average.
One thing that I noticed.
And what we do that we see I'm average, and just watch Diana's head just drop here. So again, we're seeing something called a turtle effect. Just watch out for Diana's non-verbals here.
I have done cooking course, yes.
So watch the head drop.
I think I'm average.
One thing that
There you go. So the head drops into the into a more advanced turtle position when we're trying to get the head out of the way, which is a great shame for Diana.
From their point of view, very personal. They were telling me that where you're going to make your vows, they've made a platform so that at least you can feel that you're together and alone, because I think everyone would agree, when you make your vows, that's the most solemn, the most precious, and a very personal moment. Is it going to be that for you, even though you know that
Okay, I'm going to pause it there. It does continue for a while, but what I'm also going to do is just show you the complete opposite from Prince William and Kate Middleton. So let's just have a look at this video that I did a while ago. It's fantastic. I mean, it's good to know that when Prince William finishes speaking, then Kate speaks. They don't talk at this. Yeah, so they don't talk at the same time. I'm just redoing an old video I did a while ago on these two, Kate Middleton and Prince William. Now, these two have got the exact opposite of what happened with Charles and Diana. We've got symmetry and movement. Obviously, I've paused this here, but we can see them bouncing off each other. We can see gestural timing. But the good thing about these two... What's interesting, if you look here, that Prince William makes the exact same pacifying gestures he makes as his dad does. Watch for his hand positioning here and how he rubs his fingers in the same respect. He's pretty upset still. But the good thing about these two is the timing and synchronisation between... So there you go. Gestures and illustrators. If we switch back onto Lady Diana. Okay, I've just paused it.
The world are watching you at that very important moment.
And there you go. So, hopefully that disappeared. We can see the pacifying gestures that, there you go, look at that.
I hope so.
He's back into his normal baseline. So Prince William and Prince Charles have got very select body language pacifying gestures they make by like rubbing their hands together. Another classic example of Prince Charles, he likes fiddling with his cuffs and his cufflinks on his shirt when he feels stressed. It's almost like his stress relief. But you can see the contrast between these two and Prince William and Kate. There's a massive contrast here with body language and non-verbals. You can see how Diana might feel shame about maybe not being a good cook, and we can see we can see the contemptfulness coming out from Prince Charles with that asymmetrical smile, and that's why he assumes that hand position to want to feel superior in himself, and mix that with the clusters of movement as well, with the crotch display and being sat back. It's very much like a regal stance. It's like royalty. And it's like it's his it's mainly like his natural stance really, which is a bit of a shame because it undervalues and it makes Diana feel uncomfortable, and that's why she assumed the turtle position, which just to recap is when the shoulders dip and their head goes down. So we assume the characteristics and the features of a turtle to try and block out whatever we're hearing via the ears and via the eyes. So there we go. So that's Diana and Charles covered on body language. Rest in peace, Diana. It was a very sad and stressful time for a lot of people. Charles now seems very happy and contented with, Lady Parker Bowles, Camilla. And, I hope them the best success. So let's click off that and let's just move on to my body language page. So if you've not joined, now's your time. Just type in understanding body language, liars, cheats and happy feet. Or just find me on Facebook. Just type in CJ Back, CJBAXX. I'm on 998, so I've got 2 more likes to go before I hit 1,000. So please check out that website if you get the time. And please check out my other videos as well. So, from everyone here at Understanding Body Language, Liars, Cheats and Happy Feet, I'm CJB. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll speak to you all soon. So, take care and bye-bye for now.